What's up, guys? My name's Eric, aka Azraeleternity, and welcome back to the MineSanity server. And look at this! Look at this! This little tiny lake! And there's squids in it. And I haven't murdered them yet. I just noticed this while I was waiting for it to become day. There's 4 squids in there. Isn't that awesome? That's awesome. Anyways, the reason that I am in this random forest, which some of you may recognize over that way is Munch's, and over this way that's Arco's big cobblestone slab, and beyond that is a village, spawn village. But I have built myself a little place here at the edge of the, I think it's called Taiga, what is it called? Yeah, Taiga, whatever, snow biome. I have built an Ethiopian Ethiopian Ice Generator, ice tray. I've decided to do it mine out of Nether brick because I felt that it was a nice contrast to the surrounding area, both regarding the snow and it tied in with the dark spruce wood. So I felt it looked pretty nice. I made mine considerably smaller. I believe the interior is 14 by 14. I believe his was like 20 by 20 or something huge. And then that's my infinite water source over here in the event that there's any problems. And I have instructions for the other MineSanity members of how to use it. And down here we have our wiring. Basically all it is this lever goes down to that redstone. Redstone feeds down into these pistons, receives the power through that block into this wire. Wire passes through, passes through, passes through. When these blocks become powered, the pistons turn on and pop up our little trays. So very simple wiring. The part that I had trouble with initially was the timer delay for the release and recapture of the water, because Etho in his video about it, for the Minecraft server at least, only briefly details how it works. He says an 11 tick, but let me tear this apart so you can see it. For those of you that have tried to do it, what it is that underneath the buttons is a redstone. Pulling power, the redstone powers that block. Pulling power from that block are 2 repeaters set to a 4 delay on each of them. Those go into another block that has a redstone torch attached to it. Redstone torch into another repeater. I think he had his set to a less delay, but I used this delay and it works fine. And that has, since this is powered, it makes this torch unpowered, so that it doesn't persistently set this off. So what's going to happen is this redstone will hit, ting, ding, that this will turn off, allowing this to be powered and set another signal out. And by the time that when we push the button, that signal will have ended, and this second pulse will pull the water back in from the dispensers. It sounds kind of complicated, kind of, maybe, if you're not good at redstone. I'm not very good at redstone. I had to toy with this a fair bit. But I thought I'd give you guys a demonstration of how mine works. There we go. There's all of our bars, and we're going to press the button. Sorry, it's kind of late. We're going to press the button. It's going to release. Actually, we want this down so that we can create our infinite water source inside the pool. We're going to press the button. Water is going to be popping out. The signal is going to be sent out. It's going to come back in and have the water get pulled back in by all of the dispensers. Alright, alright. So there goes our water. Oop. We had a misfire. That dispenser worked. Occasionally there are problems, and that's why we have this infinite water source. And it's good to put the blocks above it so that this will not form into ice. Pro tip. So we are going to have this go right. Oops, not there. Right there. That did not create what I thought it was going to. Okay, and we're just gonna... You can also pull from there for another infinite water source. There we go. That's really weird that it didn't work right. I've done this several times, and it worked flawlessly. Okay, so now that that's done, flip up the switch. All of our little ice bars are going to form and start forming ice very quickly. You can see ice is forming very quickly on all of this. It takes a little while to go through. We're not going to hang around for that. We got stuff to do. I've already collected a bunch of ice. I have more in the inventory at home. So let's go. Alright guys, so what we're working on is not the biome project, but you can tell that I've been working on it. I started to put in the wool for the desert biome, and I've created a little mini temple so far, but still lots to do, and lots of lag going on for some reason. The server's been having a lot of problems, and fucking random pigman. Shit. Having to do this more and more. Because I keep on having... I had like one broken glass pane like way up here, and that caused me to bounce back, and then just problems. All the time problems. Oh, but I actually hit with a silk touch pick that time. We'll put that piece there. But we're not working on the biome project, we're working on the Nether hub. Grave, I think, showed this in one of his videos. He contributed this to the Nether hub, which is very much in line with how the sandstone portion looks, except he did it in an interesting way of, instead of having lava, he put fire, and he has stacked layers, 3 deep. There's one right here, another layer up, back one, another layer up, back one, and just filled the whole thing with fire. So I thought that was very, very well done. He did it all the way down, including at the end of the terminal. So what we are going to do is we are going to add the third leg on, and we're going to put it going towards Graves' house and Munch's house. We're going to put it in this section, and this is where going to be where the ice comes in. We're going to be doing this in a spruce wood and ice theme. I got plenty of axes. I got an FE3, Unbreaking 3, got my Silk Touch, 2 F4 Unbreaking 3s, and an Unbreaking 3. I'm kind of curious to see how well Unbreaking 3 does on the script. So I'm going to start tearing stuff apart and laying down some of the beginnings to get an idea of how we want it to look, and I'll update you guys as I'm going. Alright? Alright guys, we are back, and we've done a fair bit. The interior is still incomplete. Actually, I think this end one might end up just being that. I'm still trying to make some stylistic choices. The hard part of this is that this is not even. We did not make this even, and we might have to. I don't know. We might have to do something about this. The other thing to take into consideration is that this fire can set fire to my wood, as can the lava. So hopefully this won't jump all the way over here. The other problem is that because this is all ice behind here, I mean, first of all, look at it. Isn't that sweet? You can see all the way down. You can see through it. Nice and clear. Love ice. Stylistically, very happy with it. But the downside is that I can't place any torches or any lighting or anything in here. And I toyed around in my creative world trying to play around with it and get some sort of lighting in here, but because this ice cannot be near any lighting, it'll just melt. And I don't want to make, like, you know, pockets of ice and then have some lighting, and then pockets of ice and have some lighting. The only real solution that I can come up with is having some very deep set lighting up here. But the problem there is that there is bedrock for the ceiling. Like you can see, there's plenty of bedrock right above this layer. So if we did 2 up, we might be able to, you know, it might work, but I'm not sure yet. But so far, definitely liking the style of it. All this netherrack, you either collect it or just wait for it to despawn. But it's coming along. The unbreaking pick is very slow, so a lot of times I will just, in the sake of my sanity, I'll just take it out. But right now, I am pretty pleased with myself in how this is turning out. Pop those holes to repair it. Boop, boop. Another stack here. But yeah, overall, very pleased. Very pleased with how this is turning out. The obvious problem though is that when some of these lines go to connect or go outward, like for example this one, if this one continued on, it would run into my my biomes, and we don't want some crossing paths, so some people are going to have to go under in order to get to their places. The other conundrum is going to be this. This is the path to get to Graves' house. This is Munch's portal, right on the line. So I'm going to have to try to figure out a way to make this pretty, which as it stands seems damn impossible. I also need to figure out, does this produce light? Yes, it does. There's an 11 light. So it should be alright to put, when I go to put ice on this side. And it'll definitely be fine for ice on this side, but it bothers me. It bothers me. But overall, right now, this is looking pretty good. Don't know why I all of a sudden just clicked there. But right now, looking pretty good. Very, very pleased with it. I'm pretty much just doing this as a quick update, you know, let you guys see what's going on, and I'll probably show you guys the finished product in another video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and in case you guys are wondering what we're going to be doing with this one, I think Graves said that Zippy wanted to do this. Zippy or Arco wanted to design this corridor, so I was more than pleased to pass that off. Maybe we'll do I don't know, maybe a birchwood. I'm not sure what he's going to do. It'll be interesting to see what he fills, because I'd like to do it in this same style for everything, you know, have it consistent. So if he does it in that, with this, you know, same setup, it'll be interesting to see what he puts in those side panels. What is this? Another X storage hole. Awesome. Yep, 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 yeah. Awesome. Loving it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later. Peace! Alright guys, we are back, and lots of changes happened while I was away. I know I had said that that last part was going to be the end of the episode, but I decided to show you the finished product, or nearly finished product, of what I have been doing. And this is it. Not fully completed with this front facade. I still have more to work on there, but pretty well completed. I really like how I did this. I really like how that looks, as far as the entryway. And I did a little joke for Grave. That didn't take long, now did it? In reference to his remark about and his sign at my Eternity construction company building in the village. But as you can see, it is completed. There are 6 hallways, just as there are in the other 2 portions of the Nether hub. However, this is, of course, spruce and ice. You may notice something different as I'm looking back. Without stepping into the portal. One, Grave built a 4-sided portal, which was kind of neat. So now the portal faces every way that you can come out of. The other, more striking difference is that this is now centered. That's right, I tore apart every single frickin' piece of this design and completely redid it down this hallway and made a new hallway so that it was centered in the wall. And that was a pain in the ass. But now it's done, and the design I think is amazing. I am in love with it. I wish that I could live down this one because frankly I think I put the most effort into making this one. I honestly and truthfully love this design. I think the dark woods are very striking, and that has the ice in the background. I absolutely love it, and I was able to figure out lighting for it so that it wasn't dark. We have inset redstone lamps with some of them I smartly only used one one lever. By placing a lever on a redstone lamp and turning it on, it will power the lamp and any adjacent block to that lamp. Some of them have on an adjacent block, are powered with a lever, and those in turn power the lamps. But the recessed lighting allows it to light up the whole floor because there's a block lighting of 12 directly underneath them, and it never drops below a 9 in this whole pathway. So it lights up the whole thing, but it's far enough away from the ice that it doesn't cause any melting for any of the ice blocks. So that was very, very smartly done in my opinion. And it's a continuous pattern. Inset from the pillars 1 and 2 is where the lights are on every single one of these. It ended up being very, very good for us that the hallway for Grave was 26 spaces away from the very beginning of this, so that I was able to do a long stretch of 12, a space of 2, and another stretch of 12. So these are space 12, 2, 12, 2, 12, 2, and a last 12. We did have to move Munch's portal, but it still connects up perfectly. Had no problems with it. I've already given it a couple of test runs to make sure. Munch's portal, in relation to where it was, would have been approximately in around these 4 squares. I believe it was probably these 2 squares that it was at. But we moved it back into place so that it lines up perfectly within this wall. You'll notice post to post portal, post to portal, or post to post. So it fits perfectly into that wall. Moved it over a few spaces, moved it a couple spaces back in, and we gave him a little space back here behind it so that he's not just running into a dead wall. And then we have our last 2 spaces. I do need to figure out something to go, be able to go probably from this hallway, go behind this wood block, somewhere running along behind it, because somebody had dug a pathway, and I think it might have been King. Somebody dug a pathway running along up here, that leads down into the Nether proper, as opposed to our hub. And then there's also back behind here. I'm not going to break. Well, I could probably might be able to break that one. Yeah. Oops. The original hallway continues on down that way, so need to figure out a way to get into that. Might do the same sort of thing what's on this side and just have something that runs behind it, and just activated by a lever or something. But this is the completed 90, I'll say 95, 97, 99% completed glacial hallway is what I call it. I wanted to name the hallways just so we have a point of reference, but I couldn't figure out a good one for this one. I think I was basaltic, or I tried looking up synonyms for lava, tried looking up synonyms for desert, and I think I had settled on Sahara Hall, and this was Glacial Hall, and I couldn't figure out this. I was going to leave it for grave, but this is the essentially finished product. All I really need to do is finish the front and figure out how these corners are going to work, and see if I can't light this up a little bit in the corners, because I won't be able to use the fire that these corners have because I don't want this to burn down, and most likely I have a feeling that this is going to be it'll either be some sort of stone, or I have a feeling it'll probably be a birch wood, a light color possibly, but I don't know. That is somebody else's project for another day. I personally completed this and I am done with it. I just need to finish those little details and that'll be it. So Grave, you are welcome, because Grave and Munch, you are welcome, as you are the only two that are currently using this hallway. There's Grave's portal way, way, way down there. You have probably the most damn beautiful hallway for the Nether hub right now. Not to say that Graves isn't amazing. I really like his design in here. It's very well done, but mine is just damn pretty. Like that's really all I can say. It is just damn pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I promise this is going to be the end. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh Jesus! While I was gone, I told Munch that he had free reign to get me back. For the... Oh god. To get me back for the melon prank, and it looks like he did. It looks like he had...